officially underway with fall sports here in Delaware. High school week 0 is in the books. We're now on to week number 1. The Delaware Blue Hens, they open up the Ryan Carty era with a huge win on the road, and Rod Milstead and his DSU Hornets start their year off with a shutout win over Lincoln. And of course, the NFL is back, and the Eagles kick off their season this Sunday in Detroit. A lot to get into. So let's take a look at the new Delaware Live Sports high school football rankings as we head into week number 1. We'll start with Class 1A, where it starts with the 1-0 defending state champion Laurel Bulldogs. At number 2, it's St. E's. Number 3, Indian River. Number 4, Seaford, up a few spots with their win over Colonel Richardson last week. Number 5, Tatnall. Number 6, Odessa. And number 7, Wilmington Charter. In Class 2A, number 1 remains the Archmere Hawks, who are not in action in week 0. Number 2, St. Mark's, moving up a few spots with a big win over Appoquinimink. Number 3, Howard, really looked good from what we got to see out of them last Friday night. Number 4, Friends. DMA falls to number 5. Number 6, Delmar. And number 7, Woodbridge. In Class 3A, Middletown still sits at number 1 after a tough loss to the Mid-Atlantic powerhouse St. John's College High School. Number 2 is Smyrna. Number 3, Sussex Central. They're 1-0 with a win over William Penn last week. St. George's comes in at number 4. Dover at number 5. They drop a close one to Arundel. Number 6, Sally's, and number 7, Cape. Those two played each other last Thursday. Sally's getting the win there. So a couple teams, most teams not in action in week 0, but a few teams getting some action there as we head into week 1. A big storyline, though, coming into the high school football year was AI DuPont having to cancel their season due to a lack of players. Last year, AI went 2-5 and finished the season with just 21 players on the roster. That number dipped this past summer when the Tigers began preparing for the upcoming year, with reports from the school detailing less than double-digit players at practice. The school made a decision to forfeit the varsity schedule and focus on a JV season, but now a solution has been found. Those AI DuPont players will be given the opportunity to play, but for McCain High School this season. The DIAA has already approved the interim waivers, and the full board met Thursday to approve each waiver. That's great news for the players at AI DuPont, who will be able to have a varsity football year this season. So games to look out for this week. It all starts with St. Mark's and Red Lion. Red Lion travels down. That game came down to the final play last season. You can join Glenn Frazier and Pat Garianis, as that one should be a great one Friday night at 7 p.m. Also, Sally's and Sussex Central, a battle of top 7 teams in Class 3A. Betty Mitchell's going to bring that one to you Friday at 7. And then I will have a Saturday matinee for you as Mount Pleasant welcomes the Lake Forest Spartans Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. You can catch all those live on Delaware Live Sports YouTube. And you heard me tease it earlier, the Delaware Blue Hens open up both the 2022 season and the Ryan Carty era with their first FBS win since 2007. The Hens traveled to Annapolis on Saturday to take on Navy and left with a 14-7 win. A fantastic showing for the Hen defense, and Nolan Henderson, who returned from injury this season and tossed 2 touchdowns in the victory. The win jumped the Hens from number 19 to number 10 in the FCS rankings. Del State also started their season off on the right foot with a 34-0 shutout win over Lincoln in their opener. So the table is set. The Route 1 rivalry is back this Saturday at Delaware Stadium. The Hornets will make the trip north to Newark to take on Delaware for the 11th time. It should be a packed house. There will be fireworks following the game. So if you can make it, make sure you go check it out. And if you can't, you can tune into the home for UD football, 94.7 WDSD. Kickoff is set for 6 o'clock p.m. And it's almost that time for the return of Eagles football. The Birds are set to get their season started on the road in Detroit on Sunday, and it is a sold-out affair. The Lions announced Wednesday that for the first time since 2013, there is standing room only in Detroit for a non-Thanksgiving game. The Hard Knocks and Dan Campbell effect maybe. A.J. Brown will make his Eagles debut, and Jalen Hurts looking to take that extra step here in year number 3, as the Eagles are now the NFC East favorites in Las Vegas. Eagles-Lions set for Sunday at 1 o'clock on Fox. Now it's time for our top plays of the week, courtesy of Delaware Live Sports. We've got 4 good ones for you here from week 0 in the football season. Let's get started. Kicking us off at number 4 is Nick Strasowski from Salesi-Annam. Here he's going to do it on special teams. This one coming down as the first half was winding down. A huge play for the Sals in this narrow victory. Here he is. Look at the camera angle. Catches it there. Has a hole up the middle. Makes a few guys miss. And then the speed. Able to get to the sideline. And he is going to go all the way. Nick Strasowski with a kickoff return for Sally's at number 4. Now on to number 3, Jazante Lovan from Seaford. You're going to want to remember that name this year. Eyes on Seaford for the first time in a while. Here he is, gets the toss, a great block and seal on the outside, and then the track speed. Once again, he finds the sideline. No one going to touch him. He's all the way for the 76-yard touchdown. Jazante Lovan and Seaford getting the win in their opener. They're 1-0. On to number 2, McKevis Rogers to Giovanni Ramirez, 76-yard touchdown pass. McKevis Rogers with a heck of an opener for McCain. He did it through the air on the ground, drops this one in the bucket. Ramirez catches it at the 35, and he is gone. Breaks a tackle into the end zone. McCain with the big win in the shootout there at number 2. Now it's Mark Moore to Ryan White Taylor as your top play of the week. Moore here at quarterback, empty for William Penn. And this is what that William Penn offense can do this year. They're going to be a little scary. Over the top, makes the catch at the 40. 3 Golden Knights behind him, but he is going to track speed into the end zone for the touchdown. Your top play of the week this week coming from the William Penn Colonials.